Hey, I'm Tara, and I've been wanting to start a BookTube channel for a very long time. So here we go. And so, here I am, inviting myself to a party with a newbie tag, which of course nobody has tagged me yet, so I'm double not invited. But the great thing about BookTube is that you don't need to be invited to do things. You can just go ahead and do them. You can make a channel to share things that make you think, laugh, and love, whatever it is. Now that I've just approached the unnecessarily sappy moment for a second, let's get started. So question one is, why did you start this channel? It's a hard-hitting question. I'm starting this channel because I love BookTube and I want to join the discussion. This group and community of YouTubers are fun and inspiring and just so accepting that I want to join. I want to be a part of it. Question two, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? So I have a lot of ideas. I was a comm or media production major in college, did a little bit of improv as well, and I love making videos and sketches. And so I now have like a little bit of extra time on my hands. I'm a PhD student and I'm not taking classes right now. I'm working on that dissertation and I'm trying to find an outlet that's healthy for me right now. I also want to talk about books in different ways and tie them in with other media like movies or TV shows, even podcasts, or maybe even blogs, like a vlog about a blog. Why not? Like I mentioned, I'm a PhD student and I study special education and autism. So I'm reading a lot of books about academia and teaching as well as like disability and research, and I want to share some of these ideas and make them more accessible from the quote-unquote ivory tower. So I want to make these videos that have information that's more accessible for the community broadly. I'm also a social worker, so I'm constantly working to advocate, stay open, and challenge my biases. So that may not be like necessarily the most fun thing all of the time, but it is unique and an important thing to do as a human being as well. Question three, what are you most excited about for this channel? Ooh, I'm most excited for the discussion and meeting new people. Wait, switch that, because I need to meet people that have discussion, but like those two things primarily. Question four, why do you love reading? One of my earliest childhood memories is learning how to read with my mom. She had a word list for me and she printed out and we taped to my nightstand or like a nearby bookcase, and each night we would go over the words and I would try to pick them out in the reading she did with me that night. I try to memorize as many as I can as possible, and that kind of relates to my reading experience now. I love lists. I love book lists for sure, and I can be a little competitive with myself in that way, but it's always been a very positive, affirming experience for me. So I just love reading, something I've always done. Question five, what book or book series got you into reading? So as a kid, I quickly jumped into like some classic 90s reads like The Babysitter's Club or the Little Sister edition, who follows along with Karen, Christy's younger sister, from The Babysitter's Club. I also loved Wayside High School and Louis Sekar. A few of those books really stand out to me still to this day as some of my early reading. Oh yeah, and Harry Potter, of course. Question six, what questions would you ask your favorite YouTuber? I'm gonna give this to just a group of booktubers, so for two questions. So the first question would be a bookish type of one. So if you could or wanted to write a book, what would it be about? What is the title? Who are the characters? What is the ideal setting and plot? What would be some plot twists? I think that would be fun to ask them. Secondly, it would be more about the BookTube community and what ways do you anticipate the BookTube community growing. There have been a lot of people that are still around from the start or like from the early days, and they always talk about how things have changed even just like in the past couple of years. So I'm curious to hear what they think the future may look like for them and for just broadly the community itself. Also, I guess it's the three-part question. And seeing the future, how can the BookTube community be more inclusive and collaborative with one another? Or maybe within the community and also with other communities, maybe with AuthorTube, WriterTube, and MusicTube, and other communities within the YouTube universe. Question 7. What challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? So I think getting caught up in the competitive nature of reading on BookTube will be a challenge for me. Like I mentioned earlier, I like lists, and I can get a little bit competitive with lists. I have my Goodreads goal for 50 books, and I'm on track for that this year. But I think a lot of people talk about how their reading habits have changed before BookTube and during BookTube, and that they do read a lot more books, but they're just like gobbling them down. But I think I want to set intentions for myself to find ways to reread books and make that a fun experience. Those are fun experiences anyway. I want to do things that I would do anyway without like the influence of having to worry about meeting my goal each month for like a TBR, or reading all the books for a book haul, or forcing myself to buy a bunch of books for a book haul. Because I'm running out of shape. I'm running out of space. Like, look at that bookshelf. That is almost full. And that's not even like my personal book collection. Those are all like professional type of things for school and work. I also just don't want to feel shame if I don't meet a goal for the month, you know? Reading is fun, and that's why I'm on here, because I want to share that experience. Question 8. When did you start reading? Oh, I answered this. I think it was 4 or 5, and then started reading chapter books when I was around 7 or 8. Yeah. Question 9. Where do you read? I read all over the place, all over this apartment. I try to keep a book in my bag at all times so I can also read outside of this apartment, in case I'm waiting on anything or anyone. My goal is to always have some type of reading nook wherever I live, and I've created that space. I've shifted it in my apartment to a more perfect spot. It's like in that direction next to the window, and there's a fantastic lamp, there's an ottoman, there are blankets, a coaster for me to put my mug of coffee or tea or hot chocolate on, and it's very comfortable. And question 10. Oh wait, that's it. That's all the 9 questions for newbie tag. Oops. I'm just gonna tag anyone who wants to do this. You are tagged. You've been tagged. If you want to do this, go ahead and do it. You can do it. I've also included the original tagger in the description below. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and say hey below in the comments. Bye!